This is Chrissy cooking at home. I'm her. I'm she. I'm Chrissy. Today I'm gonna rush through lunch. So I'm making cornflake chicken my way. I know there's like 10 different ways to do it, probably like a million different ways to do it. So I'm gonna do it my way and see what you think. And then I gotta make some crab legs for Logan. So let's get going. I got dishes going because I cleaned out the fridge because today was grocery day. So I pulled out all the leftovers and dumped them. So I got dishes soaking, a million things going. So let's get going on lunch. We got to get it in the oven. I'll show you what we got going over here. Okay, so the first thing I have here is some white potatoes that I cut into chunks, and then some onion. So we're going to do some roasted potatoes and onions with some seasonings to go with our cornflake chicken. So come here. Let's get our seasonings going for our potatoes. Move my water. So we're going to do a little rosemary. I'm not measuring, I'm eyeballing. Probably about a teaspoon if you want to measure. If you like this idea. Then we have a little bit of thyme. I don't want a lot of thyme, so about half a teaspoon of that. Got some onion powder. Gotta have a little bit of onion powder. It's probably about a quarter teaspoon. Garlic powder. You want garlic powder. Probably about 2 teaspoons of that. My favorite, smoked paprika. Logan is sensitive to this stuff, so I'm doing, probably looks like a lot, but that's about a teaspoon. And then seasoning salt. That's taking forever. That was probably about a quarter teaspoon. It's a brand new container, which is why I did it in my hand. I want about a tablespoon. It's a lot of potatoes and onion. I want about a tablespoon of seasoning salt. There. Now we're going to just grind this up in the mortar and pestle. I want to grind up, it's mainly to grind up the thyme and rosemary. It all combines nicely. I have my oven preheated to 400. We're going to cook the chicken and the potatoes together. So it's olive oil. We're going to drizzle, off camera here, drizzle probably about a quarter cup all together. We're going to toss it though. We're going to take this, I'm going to move you. Take our seasonings here. Just kind of sprinkle it. Okay. Then rub-a-dub-dub. And just kind of toss it. You can do this in a bowl. One of them giant bowls. I just didn't feel like dirtying more dishes because I have lots of dishes to do with cleaning out the refrigerator to make room for fresh groceries. Leftovers nobody was eating anymore. So basically I'm tossing, oops, runaway potato. Tossing until I see Seasonings evenly dispersed. And everything looks kind of shiny from the oil. Runaway onion. Okay. Looks pretty good. We're going to put this aside and then we're going to work on the chicken. BRB. Okay. So I went ahead and washed my hands up. I got another baking sheet out and I covered it with foil. Got my cutting mat. We're going to spray the baking sheet with non-stick spray. The foil is for easy cleanup. This cornflake chicken makes a mess. Now I have over here, I have half a box from Aldi, the Aldi cornflakes. It's about half a box that I put through the food processor. I don't know if we're going to use it all. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. 2 sticks of butter. And what we're going to do to our butter, we're going to season it. Seasoning salt. I prefer this one. This is my favorite brand. I do not measure. So maybe about 2 teaspoons or so. You know, adjust to your needs. I need more salt in my diet for my hypotension. And then Worcestershire sauce. I do a squirt. So that's probably about 2 teaspoons. And that's it. And then your chicken. We're going to cut some chicken breasts into strips. You can buy the chicken tenders. Not the breaded kind, people. The store didn't have any chicken breast tenders. They just had breasts. So I bought some breasts. These are huge breasts. See them? Cutting off the excess fat. Nobody wants to sit and chew on that. Okay. Chicken sliding around. So watch your fingers, people. I don't know how much of this chicken I'm going to use. I may use all of it. I don't know. It is a 6-pound package. I think I usually roughly do about 3 pounds. I'm just going to pile it up here. Keep an eye on my baking sheet, look back and forth, because I need enough to fill the baking sheet. Whatever I don't use, I will pop in the freezer for another meal. And it's like the box of cornflakes. You know, you can just eat the cornflakes, have the kids eat the cornflakes, use them for another recipe, or save them for the next time you make cornflake chicken. as big. Are you bored yet? Are you waiting for me to cut myself? Trimmers are not the greatest today. We've had snow. Temperatures have been all over the place. Yesterday was not a good pain day. I don't like taking my pain medicine. I don't think we need this breast. So it will be saved for another meal. Okay. Now, I'm not worried about washing my hands at the moment because I'm still working with the chicken. You're going to do chicken into the butter, into the cornflake. Can you see my system? Kinda. Okay, chicken, butter, cornflakes, baking sheet. Here we go. I feel the salt did not get mixed in. It's kind of sitting at the bottom here. See, this is how I do it. Dry my hands a bit. Press and roll. Bring in. Press and roll. Onto the baking sheet. You do not have to worry about overcrowding. You can overcrowd. I've packed the baking sheet so full before. It's not like they're cookies. And you have to give them space to spread out. Okay? You see my method to my madness? You do one step at a time with butter. Get a whole bunch in there. Now, if your chicken's super cold, it'll solidify your butter. That has happened to me before, where I didn't let the chicken come to a better temperature. And it solidified my butter, and I had to melt it again. This chicken I let sit at room temp for about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. I think it was really about 20. So it's still pretty chilled. My butter is starting to solidify. The hand's not 100% dry because it's butter. It's oily. Okay, you got this? I'm not going to keep you doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to put it in the oven. It's going to bake for 15 to 20 minutes until my instant read thermometer reads 165. That's the safe temperature. So when that happens, I will bring you back and show you the potatoes and the chicken. Okay? Okay. And we're back. And lunch is done. We have the cornflake chicken, which I got up to temperature beyond 165, and our roasted potatoes and onions. So the potatoes weren't quite done at 20 minutes, so I cranked up the oven to 450 and let them go for another 10 minutes while the chicken rested, and they are perfectly crispy roasted. It smells fantastic. So if you try my way of doing cornflake chicken with the butter and the seasoning salt, Worcestershire, simple, fast, not a whole lot of ingredients, let me know what you think. If you do it a different way, that's awesome. There's like a million different ways to do it. Like a million different ways. I think it's even on the back of some boxes of cornflakes. I think it's even on the back of the Aldi's cornflake box. But this is the way I do it. So if you want to give it a try, go for it. It only cooks in like 15-20 minutes when you do it this way. So it's a pretty fast meal, I think. Thought I'd share. Till next time.